Alright, it's time for homework 29 video. The first two are, the first two are matrix multiplication, second two are using matrices to solve an equation. A system, rather. Okay, so we got these two matrices, when you multiply them again together, remember, you do the rows times the columns. So if you take that first row, you times by the first column, you gotta do 4 times 2, which is going to be 8. And you had to add -1 times -3, which is 3. And then time for the second row times the first column, you're going to do -6 times 4, which is -24. And then you add 1 times -3, which is -3. So those are our first two entries. Now we're going to move on to the second column. First row times second column, 2 times 4 gives you 8. And then you add -1 times -5, which is 5. So 8 plus 5 there. And then second row times second column, -6 times 4 is -24. And you have to add 1 times -5, which is -5. And as soon as we get that done, that will be it. 8 plus 3 is 11. -24 plus -3 is -27. 8 plus 5 is 13. And -24 plus -5 is -29. And we are done with those. Move on to number 2. Remember, the row times the column. So, here we got -1 times -3. That's going to give you 3. And you add 5 times -3, which is -15. Second row times first column, 5 times -3 gives you -15. And you add -5 times -3, which is, that one's positive 15. -5 times -3 is positive 15. Moving on to the second column. First row times second column, -1 times 6 is -6. 5 times 0 is 0, so you add 0 there on the end. Second row times second column, you do 5 times 6, which is 30. And you add -5 times 0, which is 0. So now we got our matrix. Now you gotta like simplify all this stuff. So you got 3 plus -15 is -12. Second item in the first column is -15 plus 15, that's 0. First item in the second column is -6 plus 0, that's -6. Next one is 30 plus 0, which is just 30. And so your resulting matrix is this guy here.